Hey fam, big thanks for the love and support. Just keeping it real. While I work hard to bring solid NHL predictions, remember, the game's unpredictable. My picks are here to guide you, but always trust your gut and do your own research. It's your money and your call. Keep the vibe positive, enjoy the game, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and donate if you can. All right, let's dive into today's NHL predictions. Today we have predictions for two NHL games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Vancouver Canucks and Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins are stepping onto the ice with a new identity under Joe Sacco, and it's already making waves. This team has shifted gears entirely, focusing on defense-first hockey, and honestly, it's been a breath of fresh air. Forget the struggles they've had putting the puck in the net right now, it's all about shutting opponents down. The results speak for themselves. In their last two games, the Bruins have given up a total of 1 goal. That's elite, and it's the kind of effort that can win tight games, especially at home. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Bruins' offense has been ice cold. Scoring 2 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 10 games is not the kind of production that'll light up the scoreboard. They're sitting dead last in goals per game, and their shot volume isn't much better, ranking 24th in the league. But here's the thing, Sacco knows exactly what he has. He's leaned into the team's strengths, and the results have been rock solid. Korpisalo and Swayman are already thriving in this new system, with Sacco keeping the goaltending rotation flexible based on performance. That kind of merit-based approach seems to be motivating both netminders. On the flip side, the Vancouver Canucks have been all over the place lately. They started the season strong but are now wobbling, with 3 losses in their last 5 games. Their biggest issue? Keeping the puck out of their net. Opposing teams have scored 3 or more goals in 4 of those contests, which is a glaring problem for a team that wants to stay competitive. The good news is that Thatcher Demko is close to making his season debut. Whether or not he suits up for this game, his presence alone could give this team the jolt it desperately needs. Now, let's talk betting angles. Vancouver's road record is nothing short of impressive. They're 7-1 on the road this season. That stat alone makes them a tempting underdog. But let's not forget, Boston is one of those teams that knows how to defend its home ice. The home team has won 8 of the last 10 matchups between these squads, and the Bruins are starting to play with that trademark grit and discipline that makes them so tough to beat at TD Garden. If you're looking at the total, the under seems like the play here. Both teams are leaning heavily on their defensive systems, and history backs this up. The last 3 games between these teams have all been low-scoring affairs, with neither team cracking 3 goals in regulation. Add in the Bruins' struggles to generate offense and the Canucks' inconsistent goaltending, and it's hard to imagine a shootout breaking out. Personally, I'm leaning toward the Bruins here. They've tightened things up defensively, and their goaltending duo is locked in. Sacco's game plan to grind out wins is tailor-made for this kind of matchup. That said, Vancouver's away success keeps this closer than it might seem. If Demko plays, that's a game changer, but even if he doesn't, the Canucks aren't going to roll over. Expect a scrappy, physical game where every mistake is magnified. This one's going to be a battle, and while I think Boston edges it out, I wouldn't be surprised if it's decided by a single goal. Backing the Bruins on home ice feels like the right move, and taking me under on 5.5 goals seems like a smart bet. Either way, this one's going to be a grinded-out kind of hockey night. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The second prediction for today is for a game between the Utah Hockey Club and Montreal Canadiens. This clash between Utah and Montreal has all the makings of a gritty, low-scoring battle. Neither team has been lighting up the scoreboard lately, but there's a lot to dissect here, and I think Montreal might be the team to pull through. Let's start with the Canadiens. They've been up and down the season, but you can't ignore their recent progress. Winning 3 of their last 5 games shows some life, even if their last outing, a 5-0 beat down against the Vegas Golden Knights, was rough. To be fair, they were coming off a 5-day break, and it clearly left them rusty. Still, before that, their defense had been locked in, and Sam Montembeault deserves a lot of credit for keeping them in games. The guy's been sharp, giving up just 3 goals in his previous 4 appearances before that Vegas slip-up. If he gets the start, I really like Montreal's chances to control the pace and frustrate Utah. Speaking of Utah, they've been a mess offensively. This was a team that looked like a real threat early in the season, but those days feel long gone. Over their last 10 games, they've been shut out 3 times and only managed to score 3 or more goals in one of them. To put it plainly, they've got 12 goals in their last 5 games, and half of those came in one outing against Pittsburgh, a team that's not exactly a brick wall in net this year. That's not going to cut it, especially against a Canadiens team that's tightening up defensively. Goaltending is where things get interesting. Utah has leaned on Karel Vejmelka, who's been solid despite his .260 record. The numbers tell the story. His .926 save percentage and 2.30 goals against average are strong, but he's been left out to dry by an offense that can't find its footing. The bigger question is whether they'll ride Vejmelka again or turn to Jackson Stauber. If it's Stauber, all bets are off. He's still green with just 6 NHL games under his belt, and that's a wild card I wouldn't want to bet on in a game like this. Utah also has the schedule working against them. This will be their 3rd road game in 5 nights, and they've been dreadful in these scenarios, 0-4 in similar spots this season. Fatigue is real, and when you add in their struggles against teams with losing records, just 1-4 in those matchups, it's hard to trust them to deliver. Montreal's special teams could be the deciding factor here. They've got an 11th ranked power play and 8th ranked penalty kill, which is way better than Utah's middle-of-the-road stats. Utah sits 20th in power play efficiency and 22nd in penalty killing. That's not going to scare anyone. If Montreal can capitalize on a man advantage or shut down Utah's power play, they're in a great position to take this one. This game feels like it's going to come down to who makes fewer mistakes. Neither team is putting on an offensive clinic these days, but Montreal has a slight edge in goaltending and special teams, plus they're at home. Utah's road fatigue and offensive slump just make it too hard to back them confidently. I'm rolling with Montreal on the money line here. Their discipline, recent form, and edge in the net should be enough to get them the win. Let's cash out.